Today I thought I'd show you a recently completed project, a 2002 TII. Now the brief for this car wasn't full restoration, but the customer wanted to be able to pick up the car when it was finished in a full showroom condition. So like it was when it was new, something he could remember from a time when these cars were new. We all wanted to go back to that time. The cars of today are vastly different, so he wanted the memory of those times. The things that looked important to him was like the deft line down the side of the car. It was very important that that was maintained. In a lot of the paintwork that we see nowadays, those lines, the classic lines that make the identity of the car, have been removed in lots of various repairs or paintwork or whatever the process is. So he really wanted to make sure that was the case. So besides the bodywork being done, we've actually gone and replaced all the alloy molds around the car, all the waste molds, reconditioned all the bumpers. When you look on the inside of the car, we've replaced the material for the seats, the carpets, we've had the dash reconditioned, steering wheel, and all the components in the car have been thoroughly tested. We've had the odometer checked, we've had the inside of the inner workings of the instrument cluster all checked. As for the mechanical parts of the car, you can see externally that we've had all the wheels painted and new tyres. But what we've done is we've done a full mechanical replacement of the bushings, bearings, seals. We've powder coated all the subframes, all the nuts and bolts have been plated. That is obviously going to give him that drive of when the car was in new condition. It's very rare to see that because a lot of the components that are put onto the cars either make them too bumpy or they're geared towards motorsport and don't drive like they used to. But by doing it the way we've done it, using all factory components, is allowing this car to drive how it did back in the day. And that's what we tried to create to get to the customer's original goals for the car. And then looking at the car now, you can see what I consider that we've achieved that goal. It's a beautiful example of a car. They're very hard to see them in this condition now, and we're very proud of the result that we've achieved with this car. For the engine on this car, we've rebuilt the Kugelfischer mechanical fuel pump. We've overhauled the injectors. We had to restore the cold start system because they're prone to failure, and it was on this car. We rebuilt the booster and the brake system. As a AT Classic dealer, we have access to all those parts. We can get original calipers, we can get seal kits, and we rebuild all of those as part of the package on this car. The engine is all stock inside. Gearbox and differential are all stock. There was no need to do extensive mechanical work on this. This car had already had mechanical work done on it in that respect. But overall, the car is an extremely high-end car that really drives really well and achieves the goals we set out originally. One of the features we incorporated into the build of this car was the radio system. Now traditionally you would have speakers in there and people put more modern stereos in there, but keeping with the theme of the car, we've got a brand new radio that's styled to be a retro radio. And it still gives the MP3 function, we can still Bluetooth stream, we can do all the things we need to, but they're aesthetically pleasing for the period nature of the car, and something that I think really suits what we tried to achieve with this build. Okay, what we've done here's an example of the powder-coated subframe that we've done, the plated bolts. As you can see, the caster rod arm washers here, the replacement nuts, all the bolts you can see for the sway bar, all the spacers, they all go into the final product to give that really showroom new feel. So that's a process as well. They all get blasted and then they go to the powder coaters and they do their job there. When we get them back, we press all the new bushes, so the caster bushes, sway bar links, the new ball joints. We replace the track rod, and tie rod assemblies. We've also replaced the shock absorbers and powder coated all the struts and all the backings. The Arte calipers have been fully rebuilt, new pads, new lines and new brake hoses as well. The brake hoses are all naturally very old now, so we replace all the rubber lines in the car. The Arte company have remanufactured a lot of the seal kits, and you can buy new calipers. The brake boosters have been reconditioned as well with parts from Arte Classic in Germany, so as for the clutch slave cylinder as well. Moving along, we can see what we've done to the rear suspension is similar. We've taken the subframe out, had it blasted and powder coated, all the bolts are plated, all the hoses for the braking system replaced, and we go for bushes, bearings and seals, drive shafts and shockers all been replaced. That's what's going to give this car the drive and the feel of what they were like when they were new. It's really rewarding to be able to do so much on a car in one go and then drive it and really capture what the cars were like when they were new. It must have been something else for people to go and buy these cars and drive them in 1974. They were really a change for the way BMW were going and really put BMW on the map. And it's been really great for us to get this car back to showroom condition.